First Ozzy, and now this. I mean, I know you guys can't see it because it's right in front of me, but I have my Kiss memorabilia up here, my Gene Simmons head, which I'm sure you've seen, a bunch of old videos in the background, and this little kind of collage that someone made and created. And of course, one of the people on that collage is Ace Frehley, one of the 4 original members and founders of the band Kiss, known as being the lead guitarist, and just being one of the few of the original members that was actually like a down-to-earth person. Like, I feel like we hear so much about the negative attitude of Gene and Paul that we forget that Ace and Peter were like 2 just genuinely kind human beings, and Ace especially, because when he left Kiss, his solo career took off even more than I think Gene and Paul thought, and now Ace is gone. Apparently he had taken a fall about a week ago that put him in the hospital, and well, he said he was getting better, and it turns out things were not getting better, because he ended up dying of a brain bleed, which I think is called a hemorrhage, I think is what it's called. I could be wrong on that, but at 74 years old, he is gone from seemingly just falling down, and you know, when you're older, you're more fragile, and it just makes me wonder what's going on here, because just like a week or 2 before this, we heard that Gene Simmons got in a car accident because the doctor took him off his current medication. He fell asleep at the wheel, and he ended up in the hospital. Now, thankfully, Gene's doing okay, but it's almost like God said, alright, I need one of the original members of Kiss to just go now. He tried Gene Simmons first, and when that didn't work, he moved on to Ace Frehley. Like, what if it didn't work for Ace? Was Paul the next one, or Peter? I mean, Peter's the oldest of any of the Kiss members that have ever been around, so, you know, I'm kind of surprised he's made it that long. And, you know, I've read all their statements, and they all seem to be very grateful for their time with Ace. Gene and Paul kind of surprised me, not as much as I, you know, thought, because, you know, obviously they've bashed him over the years, but they've known the guy for over 50 years, so of course they're going to have the nice memories and the nice things to say about him. And even Peter Criss, he knew ahead of time what was going on, and he was one of the ones that was by Ace's side when he got to peacefully pass away in his home. I just, you know, Kiss was the first band I ever got into. I mean, again, there's this tattoo that I have right here, all 4 of the original members and their makeup, and just the fact that now Ace's is just, he's gone. I just can't comprehend it. It's like when Ozzy passed away. Like, you knew eventually it was going to happen. Like, that's just how life works. We live a life and then we die. But you never know when it's coming or how long it's going to be. And the fact that all 4 of the original Kiss members were still alive and well, you just had to know that eventually one of them was going to go down when we didn't really want them to. And of course, it was the one that a lot of people grew close to and idolized. I mean, this was a lot of people's guitar god, and he was just genuinely so friendly. He had a lot of friends and was just able to get along with anybody. And of course, too, there's that contagious Ace Frehley laugh. I mean, you know he was genuinely having fun when he was just busting out laughing, because that was true, genuine laughter and not played up for any sort of camera. And that was another thing, too. No matter where he was health-wise, how old he was, whether he was with Kiss or doing his own solo thing, he tried to put on a hell of a show every night. He never tried to half-ass it at all. And I know there was times where maybe toward the end of his time in Kiss, he was, you know, a lot of alcohol and drugs, where maybe he was doing things half-assedly, but was still kicking ass, if you get what I mean, while he was doing it. And just the fact that he was so attached to his craft and so into it, and he wanted to make the best music for people, and he wanted to make an impact on so many people's lives. That's where this hurts. And having, you know, pretty much had Ace Frehley in my life through his music and stuff since I was like 6 or 7 years old, it bums me out now to know that he is gone. But hey, like I said with Ozzy Osbourne, his music will live on, his legacy will live on. The Kiss Army will not ever let his legacy deteriorate into nothing. And all I just have to finish out with is rest in peace, Space Ace, because you were the true definition of a great entertainer and a great human being, and even though you rose so far up into popularity, you didn't act higher than anybody else. You always treated everybody with respect and the equality that they deserved to be treated with, and that is just something about him again that I've always respected, and it's sad to know that he's gone now. So I guess at this point I'm just gonna take my Ace Frehley solo album vinyl out and crank that, listen to other songs like Shock Me and 2000 Man, and keep letting his legacy live on. But yeah, that's it for me. So long, Ace Frehley, and Godspeed.